Hi guys, good morning. 4 a.m. nagising ako at as I check my messenger, one of my students asked on how to solve rational inequalities. So, to address his question, I decided to make a short video. So, pagising ko, gawa muna tayo ng simple video on how to solve rational inequalities. So actually, rational inequality is in the form of n of x over d of x is greater than or equal to 0, where n of x is the numerator expression, then d of x yung denominator. So take note that the denominator must not be equal to 0. The symbol greater than or equal to can be replaced by greater than only, by less than, or less than or equal to. So, yun yung mga inequality symbols na madalas ginagamit. So, for example, we have a rational inequality which is x plus 1 over x minus 2 is greater than or equal to 0. So, find the solutions of that rational inequality. So the first thing to do is find the roots or find the zeros of your numerator and denominator. So our step 1, find the zeros of numerator and the denominator. So in this case, we have x plus 1 is equal to 0, therefore x is negative 1. And for the denominator, we have x minus 2 is equal to 0, therefore x is equal to positive 2. So yung nakuha nating dalawang roots, yan yung magbibigay sa atin para hatiin ang ating intervals. So for our step 2, gagawa tayo ng intervals dito based dito sa ating mga nakuwang zeros. So we have negative 1. The first interval would be negative 1 to negative infinity. Okay? Next is we have another interval. We have negative 1 comma 2 and positive 2 comma positive infinity. So kung mapapansin niyo, meron siyang dalawang grouping symbols na magkaiba, the parentheses and the bracket. So anong ibig sabihin yan? For infinity, either positive or negative, laging parentheses talaga. Now, kaya ko ginamit yung bracket for negative 1 kasi if you notice, ang inequality nating nakalagay dito ay greater than or equal. So, when we plug in negative 1 to x, the whole thing will be 0 because 0, negative 1 plus 1 is 0 over something. So, 0 pa rin yun. So, greater than or equal to 0. Ibig sabihin, pasok sa interval na to. Kaya okay lang, negative 1 is included. So, yun 2, bakit hindi? Bakit naka-parenthesis? Ibig sabihin, that number is not included. Because as you can see, kapag sinubstitute natin dito yung 2, ito yung magiging 0. So, a number divided by 0 is undefined. So, bawal. Kaya, in-exclude ko siya. Now, itong mga intervals na to, ite-test natin siya kung ito ba ay magsasatisfy sa ating inequality. Now, take note that if you have two roots dito, two zeros, sa nakuha nating expression ng rational inequality natin, magkakaroon ka ng plus 1 intervals. So, kung dalawa yon, ibig sabihin magiging 3 intervals. Kung meron kang isang root lang, dapat dalawang intervals pagbabasihan mo, left and right. Kung 3 yan, so dapat 4 intervals. Okay? So, i-arrange lang natin siya from mas mababang interval hanggang dun sa mas mataas. Okay? So, next is step 3. Step 3, ang gagawin natin ngayon ay magte-test tayo ng mga values pasok dito sa interval para makuha natin yung kanyang solution. Okay, so gagawa muna tayo ng chart para mas organize siya. Okay, ganito yan. So, ito yung ating table na ginawa. So, sa first column, we have the intervals. Yung tatlong intervals natin. Then, mag-assign lang tayo ng number. Yan yung tatawagin nating test point. Okay? Then, dito, ilalagay natin yung mga factored expressions natin ng rational inequality. So, since dalawa lang naman yung ating factored expression, yung x plus 1 and x minus 2, yan lang yung nakalagay ko dyan. Now, take note that ang gagamitin lang natin ay sign. Kukunin lang natin yung sign, not exactly the value. So, after natin mag-plug in ng test point natin, ilalagay lang natin dito ay sign. Okay, no need the exact value. Just the sign. Tapos, yung next column naman, yung part na ito, dito natin ilalagay yung ratio. Yung ratio ng interval yung ratio ng dalawang factor expression na nakuha natin. Then, since ang required natin ay greater than or equal to 0, doon natin ilalagay, i-check natin our x kung tama siya o hindi. Okay? So, for negative 1 to negative infinity, so ang pinakamalapit na gamitin ay negative 2. Ayan. Test tayo ng negative 2. Then, dito naman, between negative 1 and 2, ang pinakamadaling gamitin ay 0. 2 to positive infinity, gamit ka na lang ng 3. So, test natin, ang gagamitin natin pang test ay yung mga whole number na lang para mas madali tayong mag-substitute. So, for negative 2, this will become negative 2 plus 1. The sign is negative. Kung dito naman, negative 2 minus 2, the sign is negative. So, for x plus 1 and x minus 2, nakuha natin ay negative. Next interval, from negative 1 to 2, we test 0. So, this is 0 plus 1 is positive. 0 minus 2 is negative. Then, for the last interval, we have 2 positive infinity. So, 3 plus 1 is positive. 3 minus 2 is positive. Now, itetest natin ngayon dito. Kung ano yung nasa taas, so yun ang gagamitin nating sign. So, since nakuha na natin yan, yung lahat ng intervals sa kanya ng sign, so substitute na natin dito. So, yung x plus 1, we have the negative. So, that's negative over negative. Yan. Is equal to positive. And positive is greater than or equal to 0. For the next interval, ang meron tayo dito ay positive over negative. And that's not greater than or equal to 0. That's less than, that's negative, less than 0. Less than or equal to 0. So, for the last part, we have positive over positive. So, that's greater than or equal to 0 for inequality. So, ito ba yung solution? Pag greater than 0, pasok dito. So, yes. Ito ba? Hindi. So, since ito ay solution, smile tayo. Ito naman ay, sorry, iyak na lang. Etong part na to, solution din. So, yes. Yehey, smiley. Okay, now, since ang nagsatisfy sa atin ay negative 1 to negative infinity, ito naman 2 to positive infinity, ibig sabihin, lahat yan ay pwede kong magamit. So, ang final answer natin would be negative infinity to negative 1 included. Okay? Union 2 to positive infinity. Okay? Now, if you want to make sure if our solutions are correct, pwede tayo mag-substitute ng value. So, mag-assign ka lang in between negative 1. Actually, negative 1 is included. Pwede. So, pag tinest na natin dito, negative 1 plus 1, 0. So, 0 divided by negative 1 minus 2 is 0 pa rin. So, greater than or equal to 0. So, check. Pagdating naman dito, let's say 3. So 3 plus 1, 3. 3 minus 2, 1. So that's 3 over 1. And 3 over 1 is greater than 0. Greater than or equal to 0. So pasok sa interval. Okay? So, ganun lang yun guys. So, this is our final answer. Pwede mo namang i-express ang sagot mo in this form. Pwede maging ganito yan. X is less than or equal to negative 1. Okay? Comma, x is greater than 2. Yan ang ating sagot. So, pwedeng maging ganyan. So, kung naka-solution set, pwede namang yung settable x such that x is less than or equal to negative 1 or x is greater than 2. So, pwede naman yung ilalagay natin sa parentheses. Okay? Settable x such that. Kung naka-set builder notation. Okay? So, this is it, guys. Yan lang gagawin. Una, kunin nyo muna yung zeros kung yan ay naka-factored form na. Pero kung hindi, you have to factor. Now, yung paglagay ng solutions dito sa interval, nakadepende yan kung anong nakalagay dito sa ating inequality. So, iisipin mo kung hindi ba siya mag-undefined sa denominator. Okay? Next, kukuha ka ng zeros. Yung mga zeros din, actually, we call this as boundary points. Okay? So, kung ilan yung nakuha mong boundary points, kung ilan yung zeros mo dito, plus 1 sa intervals. Pag nakuha mo na yan, gagawa ka ng test chart. Ayan. So, nilagay natin dito, first column interval, second column ay test points. Yung third, yun yung part na to. So, magkakasama dito yung mga factored form ng factored expressions. Then, ang gagawin lang po natin ay mag-check lang tayo ng sign. Ipa-plug in lang natin yung mga number na to sa test point natin. Then, do not write the exact answer, just the sign. Then, magte-test tayo dito ng mga sign na yun. Syempre, kung ano yung nakalagay doon sa expression natin, yun ang ilalagay nating sign. Okay? Then, check natin kung tama ba yung solution. So, check if satisfied doon sa inequality natin. So, if not, x. Then, i-finalize mo kung ano yung pasok doon sa inequality, yan na ang ating final answer. Okay? So, medyo tinanghali na rin ulit ako ng gising, kaya ngayon ko lang nagawan yung video. Pero dapat kayo ng umaga yun, mga 4. Yung pakabasa ko ng message, medyo antok pa nga lang. So, thank you guys. Sana kayo ay may natutunan. Ayan, sana nakatulong. Ayan, kahit pa paano. Pasensya na ang sulat ni sir. At magdodoktorin. Sige, mag-almusal na. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.